New review today. Very excited to share with you DA-76 Warudaros Ghoulhead. So this is part 2 of our newest Warudaros giant evil robot guy from Diaclone. So yeah, this is box number 2, the legs. And we've got some remolded parts from the original Warudaros, the Gigantor. So very cool. Very excited to get this thing opened up and we'll finally take a look at it. There is the, I think it's called the Arachnator. And of course, the side, the battleship mode, and the back. It's got all that stuff on it that you usually get. You know, Arachnator head unit, battleship mobile machine, and you know, everything you can do to combine both the sets, and we'll get to that in a little bit. First, let's take a look at what's inside. Boop. So that is everything as it appears inside the clam. And of course you do get your instructions. So similarly to 75, you do have the instructions, and they do start off with this set. So it's not the exact booklet, but it does have in the back all the combinations. You can put both of the sets together. So if you just get one of these, you'll get instructions for both sets. But there you go. Very nice. And of course, catalog with the same piece of artwork there. And, you know, everything that's basically on this back to box and more options there. Very cool. So this is upside down. There we go. So I'll go ahead and get this opened up and lay it all down, and we'll start putting it together. So here's everything you get inside the clam. So everything's outside of the box here. And we'll be going over some of these individually. We'll just skip over the sword. We've done the sword, just the sword. You know, it's a tail, it's a sword. Button presses in to collapse handle. You get the idea. So, this little guy, different guy, Warudator. Really like the teal coloring. This is the secondary pilot with the claw hands. Kind of reminds me of a space pirate from Metroid. That's what that always reminded me of. Very alien mutant look there. So, you know, but you know, same articulation as always. So, you do get these pieces repeated as well. So these are just those adapter pieces that you can put the smaller suits into, and the tail and all that stuff. So you also get the pod, the head unit, as it's called. So yeah, a couple of these things, a couple of these things, a couple of these things. And of course, all of the legs. So we'll look at that in just a moment here. And oh, he's looking, he's standing up on these little guns, which are cool. So let me go ahead and we'll just take it one at a time. Okay, let's start off with these pieces here, what will become the Arachnator. And just before I get into that, I just want to show off the pod here. So it'll open up this way, and inside there's a little console. I don't know if you can see that. And we'll just put this guy in there. He kind of lays down in there like he's riding a motorcycle or something. So just squish him in there, close it up, and there he lives forever now. So we'll just put him aside just for the moment. And this thing is kind of like a drone. Doesn't really have a driver or anything. You have this piece, which is called the head unit, but basically just an adapter piece. You have this that slides on and off. There's really nothing to be done with this, but that's the same connector as the tail, so you can put two tails on the back of this, and that's the same connector there too. So that's the purpose of that. Two of these guys with that same little female port there, and then a little cup system dealy. So first we want to attach this onto this. Very snug. Then these things will they got little legs that open up. This is on a joint, it'll go around. That's on a joint as well. So holes on the top and bottom, and you know, those little buttons that press in. So you want to stick this guy in here first. And I'm a little hesitant to do this because, oh, does this whole thing come out like a cup? It does, doesn't it? Well, that's nice. So that should make it convenient to get everything out. So not to worry then. Let's get everything in there aligned right. Let's see. There's no real orientation, I don't think. I think that's maybe the best. X pattern. Get this guy in there. Then that guy attached. This guy attached. And then this at the end. And you have a little drone thingy. So it's weird. I still have these holes, I'm sorry, from the last one, the last time I did the review here. So, but yeah, looks pretty cool. Weird. Definitely weird. Definitely looks like just a bunch of stuff stuck together, but the legs and the little head thing do help give it some character. So it's not too bad. Pretty cool. So it'll, you know, work independently. And of course you have holes everywhere. The same connectors pretty much everywhere. So if you wanted to do something else, you know, by all means. So there's that. Arachnator. So here we have the legs. So the leg unit. And I mean, they're pretty much the legs. Oh, he's got little cups on his feet. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Is the original like that? I'm blown away by that. Sorry. Sorry. He's got connectors on his feet. But yeah, these are the legs. And yeah, they're pretty much the legs. But you're going to turn them into part of this ghoul head. And of course, it'll turn into the base as well. But just to go over some of the features, you know, he's got toes. They move in and out like that. The feet will rotate. You know, you get a little bit of movement there, some squeakiness, but you know, rotation there, big ratchet there, big ratchet there, big ratchet there. I mean, they're legs, you know. But a couple of other nice features in this little cup system that, you know, you turn to get that out. These are literally did that in the last review. It fell in the exact same place. So, of course, it's going to fall on the ground. But yeah, this is the same kind of deal. Nothing there. But you do get, along with just, you know, little faux pods here, you get real pods that you can put little Dianots inside of. It's got like a little mouth. No opening on this side. So, and it looks like it's got a little, like claws, you know, like, or teeth, I mean. So if you wanted to, you can put a guy in there, and then he's trapped forever. So, and that's where he'll live. So, very cool. And of course, same cup system here in the front for that. You know, and right here as well. So, yep. Very cool. So in order to get it in, let's see, let's do the the battleship mode first. So you want to get this oriented this way. And let's see, get the legs turned this way, the feet turned this way. I believe splay these out a bit. And then put the pod on the top. I know it doesn't make sense because he's not going to be able to look. And then this has a opening and shutting mechanism there. So there's a button. See? So you can put them in there. I guess you can see that way. So that's cool. Let me get them in there. Nice and snug. You can put the little guns over here. These little guns. There's like a little spike in there. It's pretty cool. A little, like, it's a triple barrel actually, kind of. So put that in there like that. You do want to take the sword, or the tail rather, and get it fit down here. And that's just going to awkwardly sit between his legs. So, but it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't look too bad, actually. And then this guy, which is like some thrusters, or guns, I don't know, whatever you want it to be. But you can stick that in here. There you go, like that. So there's that. And then all you want to do is go ahead and bring the arachnator back in. Get his feet put together like that. There's that. And then just stick this in here. Although, it does seem like you don't want to put this part in. Maybe you just want to have it like that. There we go. Just to shorten that out, maybe extend this out. Well, you can't really do that. I mean, something like that, right? I think this just looks a little better. Oh, these will just come right off too. So, yeah, there's the, more or less the battleship mode. So, bring it all out a little bit so you can see. And of course, like in the prior video, whatever you want to do with these guys. If you want to get creative and stick them somewhere, you certainly can. There's some holes right here. If you wanted to put them on as like little tanks, you could do that. That doesn't look too bad. That's pretty cool, actually. So, and then this guy, I don't know. Whatever you want to do. So, yeah, pretty cool. Not too bad as far as like a giant battleship. I think I got that right. Pretty much. Yep. So, yeah, it does look like you don't include that one piece. So, but you know, integrate it however you want. But as far as getting him into his actually official Ghoulhead mode, I do just want to, let's just see if I can readjust the camera. It's going to get a lot bigger here. So you just want to open up his legs, get them more or less situated. I think are his legs going backwards? They are. So he's got his legs backwards on this. And then, you know, move those, his tail. I can, let's see, get this out so we can collapse it. Oh, hard time with this. Okay, there we go. And then tailify it. So, you know, get that put back in there. And I mean, you're almost there. All you gotta do now is kind of open this up so it looks horrible and terrifying. Put this back on here. So, yeah, really strange, really bizarre, really weird thing. But yeah, but awesome, really cool. I dig it. It's cool. It's monstrous. It's huge. And it's pretty creative how they did 2 different modes out of each part of the giant robot. So, yeah, I don't hate it. It's pretty cool. And of course, these pieces, being that they come off and stuff, you can attach these onto anything you want. So, very versatile. Very, very cool. So yeah, if you wanted to, maybe you could find a way. I mean, if you wanted to, you could, you know, stick this guy up here, you know, something like that. So whatever you want to do. But we'll go ahead and I'll get them put all back together, and we'll do some comparisons with the other sets and take a closer look, and then we'll do the giant robot. Okay, so here I've got both sets for comparison here. So set DA-75 and 76, just so you can see what they look like side by side. I did incorporate the barrels on the legs of this guy, and of course the other barrels are hanging out right there. But if you don't want to include them, just leave them off. I just try to put all the parts, you know, have them have a space. But yeah, that's what they look like together, and they look really, really good. So really cool. Just for size comparison here, so you know just how big they are. If you have other Diaclone sets, there is a maneuver suit, so pretty small in comparison. So there's that. And without too much further ado, let's go ahead and get these combined into, you know, their giant robot form. So just a quick correction from my last video, the 75. The combined mode is and isn't called demon mode. So the combined normal mode would be called demon mode, and the larger robot that incorporates the extra pieces is going to be called the evil Gigantor. So let's go ahead and get it transformed into the demon mode first and check that out. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guys combined. So first there is, before we get to demon mode, there is a combined monster mode. So let's go ahead and just do that. The Mechazilla mode. So for both modes, we won't be using the Arachnator. So we can go ahead and take him off. That's where I kept that extra piece there, and just put him to the side. And we'll just focus on 75 or 76. So you want to get this pod out and put the pod here, and that's where he's going to live for now. And then we'll just get the legs working. So first we'll take off these barrels. We don't need these, so they're just going to get in the way. So turn the leg around, turn the leg around, turn the foot, and then you want to come back here and collapse the whole leg, so that whole area will come apart. This will go into that ridge to lock it in place, and then you just want to collapse it and bring it back up. So same on the other side. There you go. So there's that. So you got stumpy legs. So there you go. Stumpy legs it is. And then with regards to 75, let's just take the barrels off on this guy as well. This is not getting in the way. Not that they're really gonna change too much take these things off. There they are rolling. Okay. Take those things off. We'll take the tail off. And yeah, so we got this. And then, let's see, we want to turn it around. And it's going to go like this. And so just, let's see, put these back on here. Turn the arms around. Right. And we're pretty much set to plug him in. Press the button, plug it in. Fold these guys in. And you can kind of see where we're headed with this. Turn his head around. And this thing will just come up here. And then, of course, oops, you can put the cannons back on up here instead now. So that's basically Mechazilla. You know, that's basically the original form of Mechazilla. But if you do want to incorporate the second tail, which is, you know, the whole deal with this guy, just take off Arachnator's head. We'll just need this bit right here, and this tail will actually hinge down. You pull it up from there, and you want to extend both of these pieces, and they'll both just slide in right here. And then he's got a double tail. You can put that on. There he is, looking pretty evil and crazy. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, you know, if you want him just to be in this, you know, Mechazilla mode, totally do that. So very cool. Very cool indeed. So yeah, pretty sweet. Well, let's just go ahead and start with the demon mode. So we'll just take this off. And let's see, will we take these off? I forget. Just close his mouth up. Let's start with the legs, because we know what to do there. So just bring them down. And they'll actually snap in. Just make sure those pieces are there. Turn his foot around, because we'll be using the front of his foot, or the back of his foot as the front. So there's that. And then, let's see, hold these down. Give him arms. Now, this whole thing will, let's get these out of the way here. This whole thing will bring this down. Actually, does it not have to go all the way up? Maybe you got to open this up first. Sorry, I forgot the sequence, but basically break him open. And the back will become the front, and the front will become the back. So bring them around this way, turn this around. And then, let's see here. I think we keep this on the back. So keep that there. And then turn this around. There we go. Sorry, things are getting in the way. I'm not doing this right. All right, there we go. And then this will just snap back into place here on these. There we go. Yeah, and those will stay there. Okay. This guy's big, I'm sorry. There we go. And then, you know, we just take the head and then we can reveal the head. Pressing that lever. And there you go. There he is. And you can give him one of the swords. You can give him two of the swords. Whatever you like. He does have, just like the other guy, he does have these pegs that wind up in the back to store the sword. So if you wanted to do that, you can do that as well. Store one of the swords. And we'll just give him his other sword to hold in his hand. And he holds them really well, I'll say. So the stiffness of the joints is actually a lot better than the previous release of Gigantor. So no complaints there. Really dig it. And we'll just do a couple of comparisons here. There's some of the smaller soldiers. So kind of what it looks like with those guys. And of course, try to lift them up. The original. There you go. So they are the same height, just because of his stance, he looks a little shorter, but they're the same height. And they're the same basic figure there, with the exception of the remolded head. I mean this head, not that one. But that one's just a different color, which is really cool. And I did make a mistake about the purple. The purple isn't integrated at all into Gigantor, but it is in this guy. You can see his waist right there is purple. So, but you only ever see it on the inside of this guy. But his color scheme fits more with him, so it's a little strange. But yeah, very, very cool. Nice to have these two big boys now. And it looks like this one should be pushed all the way up. So very, very cool. But of course, we want to get to the evil Gigantor. So an even bigger upgrade for this guy. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we will be incorporating the rest of these pieces from Arachnator. So let's just put his head away. Oh. His horns down. Let's get this. Things are colliding. All right, get that out of the way. We'll take these off, I believe. We'll take the arms off. Of course, things are popping off. Okay. And we basically want to take the top half and we are going to disengage it and basically return it back to its original mode. Oops, get this out of the way. All right, there we go. So we got that going, and this is going to be the front now. So there we go. And before we reattach this, we just want to attach the head unit there. And let's see here, we can, because this guy does have a tail, so can collapse that and give him a tail. So can go ahead and collapse these in and stick that on there like that. So as you can see with the chest closed, he does gain a little height there. You want to take this apart, get these out. Now I found the best way to do this is actually to unlock the little cup and then push that out. So put that back in. There you go. So same deal. And you can also push it from the back here. It's a little easier for you. So. There you go. And we're going to take the arm apart, mostly. So take the head of the ant head off. And then we're going to attach this on there. And there's a little connector you can see in there. There's some holes that you can attach this to, and that'll lengthen his arm. Of course. So lengthen his arm there. And you want to take this thing, put these together, and then this will go into this socket here. And then that'll go in here. So same deal. Take this one. Attach that. Reattach the hand. I lost this thing again. Stick this on here. There you go. And then stick this on. There we go. So we're almost there. We can stick these back here. We also want to not take out the guy, but take out the head. And that'll just tuck back here, and the head has these little points here. Close it up, so give him eyes, and you just want to open the chest up again. And there's a little hole right here. You can see that right there. That this will go into, and there's one on the other side as well. So there's that. Finally, take these little pieces, stick them on here, and give him his sword again. Oh, he also has the demon feet. So there he is, looking tough and crazy big. So he's gigantic now. I mean, he was gigantic before. And of course, just like before, you can attach these anywhere you want to, if you want to. It's got ports on the legs. You can put them up on top. I found that you can put them on these barrels as well, make the barrels a little fatter. All kinds of things you can do with those. But let's go ahead and do one final comparison just so you can see how much this guy's grown, and it's great. It's crazy. It's so good. So I really dig that that it made him a lot bigger, and he's got a kind of a different look with a different chest and this piece and a different head altogether. So yeah, really cool. He looks a lot slimmer and bulkier at the same time, just because of how much those shoulders stick out now. But yeah, This is awesome. This is an awesome set. I really, really, really dig it. Yeah, so there finally is the review for 76 and 75. So let me know what you guys think of the review. You know, leave a like and comment and whatnot, all that stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one.